In my last video, I showed you all the things that went wrong and how I corrected them, and everything I corrected was not correct. It was a mess. Let me show you what I'm talking about. As I said in my last video, what I did was I moved from Oregon all the way here to Clearwater, Florida. I have a new studio and everything else. And when I set everything up, it was a mess. Nothing was working, white wasn't right, lights weren't right. So I went over and over and over this thing, the camera settings, I checked the internet, I checked everything, I checked everything over and over and over and over, and it still didn't work. And the video I uploaded, it was last week, was the best I could get out of this thing, which is crazy because it looks like SHIT. It looks bad. It looks really bad. Now, a bunch of people who watched the video and subscribed to me said, "Hey, I'm glad to see you back. It's really cool to see you back. Nice video and everything else." Can you hear that? Apparently I did something wrong. Now that the sirens that were going by are gone, we can proceed. Oh, let me do something. I want to do this and see how it looks. Hold on. And that was really cool. So as I said before I got really distracted, is I changed everything, like the camera, the audio recorders, the lighting, like everything. Fortunately, I created an old video for the Sony A7s3 where I went through and showed people every single setting on my Sony A7s3 that I set. Well, I went through there and I set the Sony A7s3 to that, and that didn't work either. I just was pulling my hair out. There's not much hair to pull out. Then I had a bright idea. Now some people who are real savvy in this are gonna go, duh, what? Well, everybody knows, right? Everybody knows. Well, everybody doesn't know. So here's what I did. I took everything out of the camera and disconnected the power, the battery and everything, and let it sit there for a minute or two. Then I waited. Then I went back and I went over there and I put it back in and I turned it on and everything looked good. Everything looked better again. So then I went through and I set the camera settings to what they should be at, 32K, to make sure just everything, all the settings. And you could check out that other video that I mentioned, which will pop up somewhere down below or whatever, where I have all my settings. So the problem was that the camera itself had just gone crazy. And the thing I needed to do to correct it was simply remove the battery and wait. Now the clue to this is where the clue came in. The clue to this was I was going along and doing this and all of a sudden it locked. I couldn't turn the camera off. I would turn the camera off, blick, and it would sit there still on, stuck on a screen. I was like, this is really weird. So then I finally disconnected everything and pulled the battery out and pulled everything out and waited and put it back in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually fell for that. I can't believe I didn't think of this at first. So what was happening is, for some reason, this thing, in all the travels from Oregon to here and everything else, something happened. I don't know, maybe maybe the little Oregon Munchkins got in there and said, you can't leave, and we're trying to convince me to come back, which is not happening. That's another story. So now I got it working, and now it looks good to me, and now it has the right color balance, and I took down the background that I was trying, and I put up my old background, and I think it looks great. So what do you think? Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks better? Do you think it looks okay? Do you think it's the worst thing ever and I should just tear everything down and rip my hair out and everything else, although I don't have much hair left? What do you think about this? I think I finally got it. Now I can go and make videos. I have a whole host of videos I'm going to be making week after week after week about all sorts of things, about lighting and sound and camera stuff and editing and everything else, and I'm really excited to do that. So let me know what you think. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Having certain chairs is a bad thing to have in your studio. For instance, a rolly chair, not cool, or a chair that rocks. Well, this thing is not a good thing to have in your studio or on a set. And here's the reason why. Because inevitably, everyone, me, will end up doing this. Ready? Whee! Whee! And then I'll get all dizzy, and then I'll fall down.